you speak, how you walk, how you blink, how you talk, how you teach, how you reach, let it sink.
What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pay? What's your plan? Is it plane? On a plane? How'd you play? I'm just playing. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pay? What's your plan? Is it plane? On a plane? How'd you play? I'm just playing.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I want to welcome your girl back home or all, like. But before you get into that, make sure you go on my channel and subscribe. And you know, it definitely doesn't hurt to like the video, but also I definitely want you guys to share if you have an upcoming cruise or if you're just looking to get into the cruise life. This video is definitely where you want to be right now. Also, make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that you're hip to any of my future uploads. I will be doing my next vlog on giving you guys some tips for anyone who is a first-time Carnival cruiser, or if you're just a new cruiser in general and Carnival is your first cruise line of choice, then make sure you come back for that video. In this video, I'll definitely make sure I'll be giving you guys the breakdown on how vacation went and my honest opinion and review of Carnival Liberty, but I'll also be comparing it to my very first Carnival sailing with Carnival Breeze. I really didn't get as much footage as I wanted to get on the vacation, but of course within good reason. I mean, I had to be present with my love and, you know, just enjoy the moment, and that was a thing for sure. It was, girl, put your phone down. It was giving that. And you know what? I had to respect that. I didn't always respect it because y'all saw me posting. If you follow me on Instagram, yeah, I was already posting while I was actually on the vacation. And I've learned my lesson. I will not be doing that the next time I'm on vacation with my honey. And, you know, why is the phone that important anyway when you're having the time of your life? So I do love what I do. I'm very passionate about YouTube. I'm very passionate about creating content and just all things media. So it was like in my blood. It was like itching for it type of thing, you know. But next time your girl will be making sure that she posts after the vacation. But I do still have some good content out. So if you have not seen my travel vlogs yet, make sure you definitely check those out. All right, so let's get into all the deets. So it's everyone's favorite day. If you are a cruiser, you know, it's Embarkation Day. I have to say, Embarkation Day went actually really smooth. It was amazing. It was a really good day, really good morning, all of that. I'm pretty sure both times, my first sailing, which was in 2016 with Carnival Breeze, I don't remember any hassle with that ship either, with getting on the ship and it being extra long or there being any issues. It did take a little bit of a longer time with Breeze than it did with Liberty, but it still wasn't like a super long wait. It might have taken maybe an hour to get on the ship total on the first sailing, and on this one I feel like it may have been no longer than 45 minutes, I want to say. It could have been longer. Maybe it didn't feel long because I was just excited. I didn't mind waiting or whatever. And you're chit-chatting and all of that. And you're just looking around and just observing and really taking it all in. So maybe it did take longer, but it definitely was a smooth process. I'll say that. First thing to do that anyone who is a cruiser knows, and I'll probably be saying that a lot, but the first thing you do when you get on a ship is you hit the Lido deck, because your stateroom is not open and it will not be open until 1:30, and I'll definitely make sure I get into all of those details in the next vlog. But yes, the Lido deck. The Lido deck is where most of your main dining is, like your quick eats pretty much, the buffet, you know, like the main bars, Red Frog and Blue Iguana. You also have Guy's Burgers, and you have old-fashioned barbecue, Mongolian wok. Is just, it's a list. Some of them you have to pay for using your sign and sale card, which I'll also get into in the next video. But using your sign and sale card, for any onboard purchases, you'll be using your card for that. So even at Guy's Burgers, you can take out your sign and sale card, which I recommend you keep that on you at all times on your person, on a lanyard, and a little, like the little phone waterproof pouch or a little fanny pack, whatever. Keep it on you at all times. Keep it safe. But that is your money card on the ship. You will not be using debit, credit, anything like that on the ship. You may have, which I'll break down as well. You may have your sign and sale card connected to your debit card or your credit card, which neither one I recommend, but stay tuned for the next one to figure out why. But you will be using your sign and sale card for everything, including your dining, that you have to come out of pocket for. One of the other dining options that you have, which you do not have to use your sign and sale card for, even though it does cost money, is your specialty dining. I believe you can book your specialty dining while you're on board, but it's best to book it before your cruise comes because it may be taken up, maybe booked all the way up. And if you really want to do specialty dining, why would you want to miss it? So go ahead and, you know, just book it beforehand. But that's what we did. We did book our specialty dining probably a few months or maybe like a month and a half before our trip. And we got it at the steakhouse, the Diamond Steakhouse on Carnival Liberty. It was actually a vibe. Like, it was really cute, really nice. I'm gonna just say this right here, disclaimer, the ship itself is an older ship, so it's not like, you know, it's not renovated, it's not super modern, anything like that. It's actually really like, it gives 90s charm, in my opinion, like, which I'm cool with the 90s, that's where I come from. I'm a 90s baby, 1992 to be exact, so, you know, I was cool with it, long as the ship was clean, which we'll get into. But that particular restaurant was very clean from what I can see with my naked eye. But it was really cute. Had a lot of lighting that was actually good for pictures. The decor probably wasn't my taste to be exact, but it still was something really different and unique and that I loved. And the food. Let's talk about that. The food was top tier. I did have some dishes. I wish, did I show them? Yes, I did. I did have some dishes that I'd never eaten before that were, you know, fine dining, you know, bourgeois type of plates, you know. But it was really good. I wish I could remember the name of these plates. I may look them up and list them somewhere in this video. I know I definitely had the surf and turf, which I'm gonna give it maybe like a 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't flavored the way I would like my expensive lobster to be, you know. The steak was definitely 10 out of 10 for me. It was really, really good. I believe I had, was it tuna tartare or something tartare? But that was definitely good as well. It was different taste. It was an acquired taste. I had never had that before. But I can't say I wouldn't have it again, honestly, if I just feel like being fancy and want to eat cute, you know, want to eat expensive. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't eat it every time I go. I don't really see myself going on Liberty again, but we'll get there. But it was good. It was definitely something that I would recommend if you want to try something different and expand your palette of food. I can say that I have no complaints with Diamond Steakhouse with their food. Definitely recommend specialty dining on Carnival Liberty. Okay, so back up a little bit. Let's go back to the sail away party. Can't forget about the sail away party. That is the main thing that you do on a cruise when you first get on. There is no sail away party like Carnival, okay? I have not been on Royal Caribbean yet. I have not been on Norwegian. I definitely do want to sail with Royal Caribbean. I definitely want to try Icon. Icon looks lit. I don't know about anytime soon after that fight that I just saw that's going viral on the internet. Bet y'all can't say now that Royal Caribbean is not like Carnival, huh? Everyone knows that Carnival does it up. Carnival is for our people, okay? It's for all kinds of people of all walks of life. But I will tell you, our people show out on Carnival, especially depending on what ship. And especially, I feel like the older ships, because they're a little cheaper and we like to save our coin, okay? You heard it here, and I will stand by this. There is no sail away party like a Carnival sail away party. There's line dancing, people turning up, having fun, having a good time, they're playing good music, and you know, you just living it up, celebrating your vacation and going out at sea. But if that's not what you're into, you know, of course, they do have other things you can do. There's a whole itinerary on the app, which I recommend you download. I'll tell you more about the app in my next video, but definitely download the app and you will see the itinerary for other things to do during sail away or later in the day or whatever you want to do that day. And for your whole sailing, you can use the app to just look up everything that you want to do. That day we were supposed to go to a comedy show, but we didn't end up doing that. My boo started getting a little sick. He wasn't feeling good, so we ended up going to the gift shop. We did walk around the ship a little bit and tour and just look at some things, but he wasn't feeling good, so we stopped by the gift shop and got him some like just over-the-counter cold and flu medicine. And I just kind of just nurtured him and just was there for him and kicked it with him for a while, you know, before we went to sleep, and just ended our night. That's how we spent our first night on our vacation. All right, so where we spent our time while he wasn't feeling good is, of course, you know, our balcony stateroom. So as far as the balcony staterooms on Carnival Liberty, they're not bad. They are very clean. But like I said, it's going to give 90s. It might even give a little bit of 80s, maybe like 1988. I can see 88 to like 97 being the vibe of the whole ship, but definitely that room. Yeah, the carpet is blue and the decor, like there's like a light strip around the room. Of course, I'll show you a photo, but it's a light strip around the room, which is kind of cool, but it's pink. You know, the walls are definitely textured like that 90s, like your doctor's office when you went in the 1990s. Like my doctor's office that I used to go to when I lived in Vineland, New Jersey. I promise you they had the same exact wallpaper or whatever material that was, but that was that. And then they had it was like a salmon colored like seating area inside of the room. And then there was just a bunch of like, I don't even know the color of the wood, but it just looked like old wood. You know, they had a very, very tiny TV. Of course, everyone knows too, if you cruise with Carnival, they made the ships so that you can go enjoy it and have fun and not stay in your rooms too much, because yeah, the movies, they play the same movies over and over every single day. If not, they play that freaking song that dun, 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 like it almost drove me crazy. I was going stir crazy hearing this in between movies all the time if I was just chilling in the room. Like, it was annoying to say the least. Carnival, please change the introduction music or whatever it is. Please get rid of it. But I also had a balcony, and that kind of wasn't the cleanest when I got on. In their defense, because I've been watching lots of videos about cruise life. Like, I feel like that is my escape in life. I feel like I found my thing, you know. I may even try to become a travel agent or advisor or whatever in the near future on the side. In their defense, you know, they don't have a lot of time during turnover, which is when you're done a sailing and you have to try to hurry up and get the rooms ready as much as possible before the next crowd is coming on and embarking. And a lot of times that's why the rooms are not ready until 1:30, because they're still trying to get everything together. It's still a lot. Like, they don't take breaks in between sailings. I'm sure they do sometimes for maintenance and all that other stuff, but they literally just keep going. So in their defense, yeah, but Carnival Liberty is very old and it needs a little extra care. And it did not get extra care on that balcony, because it was like kind of like the railing was a little greasy. Barely want to put my elbows on it or touch it or anything like that. But I just, honestly, I was like, you know what? I'm on vacation, whatever. Everything was, I'm on vacation, whatever. I'm just accept it. I'm gonna be happy. Whatever comes, whatever. And the room that I had in particular, I think I mentioned this in one of my travel vlogs. Yeah, I had the room 6434, and it definitely had electrical issues for sure. 6434 in the aft, to be exact. I'm pretty sure that's the only room number with that, you know, with that number. But we were in the back of the ship, so that's one thing. And I'll get into that as well later, but definitely make sure you bring your C-bands, and especially with an older ship. And it's like, Liberty's not small, but it's not large like Carnival Celebration or Mardi Gras, you know. So it's it's definitely, you're gonna feel the motion of the boat, that's for sure. The room location wasn't bad, and I actually, for one, do not mind all the walking on a cruise, because I feel like you're going to eat food that's going to, you know, probably make you a little fluffy, you know, for the most part. There is like fruits and greens and, you know, vegetables and all that on the ship. And you also can put in your requests when it comes to your food allergies before you sail. But yes, we felt all of the rocking in the back of that ship. I kid you not, whenever I was in my room, I just like this. I mean, that was pretty much anywhere on the ship, but when you're in the back of the ship, it's definitely like, eesh. And that's more of a universal ship thing. You know, if you cruise a lot, then you know, or even after your first time, you know, to make sure that you book your room in the middle of the ship. That's why you book early. Get into that as well, but you book early in advance, at least 6 to 12 months, I say. So you can pick your room, and middle is the way to go. So, I mean, we already accepted, you know, where the room's locations were, but, you know, because it's an older ship and it is smaller than the newer ones, definitely felt it. The first night, it wasn't bad for me. I actually didn't mind the rocking. It was kind of soothing. And then putting on a movie, I think they kept playing Devil Wears Prada over and over and over again, or The Little Mermaid with Halle Bailey, and what was the other movie? Deadpool was fun and funny. I didn't mind watching that several times, but same movies over and over, and I still was just watching them and just rocking in bed, just chilling, watching them or whatever. Yes, C-bands. Definitely get you some of those. But yeah, that room had electrical issues. Whenever you turn the light on, it was like bzz, 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 like you can hear it. I don't know if that's just because they're old, or like, did all lights used to do that back in the 90s? I don't remember, because I live in the now. But yeah, when it would come on, it's like that, like you can hear it coming on, and then it would stay like that. And then I think at one point in the room, one of the lights even went out. Like, there's a vanity in there, which was, the vanity was very, very nice. It's big, it's full body. Well, you can't see past like your thighs, but you pretty much do get a good view of yourself. It's a very big mirror. It's good for the makeup, the photos, whatever. But there's lights on the side of the vanity, and I'm pretty sure at least 1 or 2 bulbs went out during the time that I was in that room. I did spend a lot of time in that room, but you know, eventually I got comfortable and I got used to it, and I was just grateful to be on vacation. You know, it's like, what are you gonna do, you know? But when I was not in my room, and when we were, you know, not stuffing our faces, there is literally so much to do on a cruise, you guys. And I'm sure there's even more to do on the newer ships, but the main things that you do is like, you go to a comedy show, or there's definitely like performances. There's all different types of like live music, and just, I can't even begin to like list all the things there is to do. Like, literally, like, there's a different itinerary for each day. You may have the same comedian for a few days, you may not, but it's definitely a lot to do. And the main things that we kind of got into, because we are working adults and parents, and we're tired, so we, like I said, we spent a lot of time sleeping, but we did make sure we hit the comedy show a few times. And the comedian that we enjoyed, there was 2. It was one that we saw multiple times, but it was like one that we saw once on the last day, I believe. But the one that we enjoyed was Maceo. He was hilarious. Like, he had me after the ship even looking up his Instagram, like, who is this guy? I never seen him, heard of him, nothing. He's actually known. But what's crazy is he does a lot of shows in Borgata, right here in New Jersey, where I'm from. Borgata is literally probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes away from me. And it's like, who knew I would see him on a cruise sailing out of New Orleans? But definitely an amazing comedian. I would look him up. He does have content on YouTube. I don't know if he has his own YouTube channel. I think what I seen was other people posting him some footage from the cruises that he does. but also him at different venues performing. And even back in the day, I think I found a video from 1997. Like, he's been doing this for a long time, and it shows. The other guy, I don't even remember his name. I'm just going to be honest. And, you know, not to throw shade or put him down or anything like that. And I'll just say they were two different cultures, the main two. He had that type of humor, and it was just kind of like, it was mid. You know, it was all right. It was kind of like a little too vulgar. Like, it was like uncomfortably vulgar, you know, and it was just like he was trying too hard. When Maceo came out, it's like he lives and breathes this. Like, he was talking to his family. You know what I mean? Like Kevin Hart, even though some people don't like Kevin Hart, but you know, that type of comedy that just makes you feel like you're a part of their lives, and like they really engage with you, and it just feels like home, and they really show you a genuine good time, and their jokes are mostly improv, and they're just coming up with this. Like, you could tell it's a gift, and it's coming just from their brain. Like, right there while they're performing. Come to find out, no, he's done some of the same routines, because I've seen some of the same material on the videos that I found on YouTube. But I would have never thought. I would have thought that he just completely improv the entire set that he did, you know. But he was good. I recommend him. Look him up, Maceo. And on Instagram, he is. I don't even know if he wants his Instagram out there, but I'm going to tell it because he needs more of an audience, because he deserves it. Maceo the Comedian is his Instagram handle. Make sure you check him out. And definitely look for him during one of your cruises. If you get on a cruise on Carnival, I don't know if he does any other cruise line, but I've only seen him on Carnival. Make sure you check the itinerary, and if you see Maceo, go to that show. But then there's also the Love and Marriage show, which was really cool, especially to go, you know, I mean, obviously as a couple. I've never been on a vacation before at all, period. So all these new experiences were lit. But going to an actual Love and Marriage show, I think I did go to the Love and Marriage show on Carnival Breeze, but it wasn't the same because I was with my family, with my dad. You know, it was kind of just me going for entertainment, you know. But being there with your partner, and you're hearing different couples and hearing their perspectives, and then seeing how well couples know each other depending on how far they are into the relationship or how early they are into the relationship is really interesting. So I definitely recommend that show as well. They do have casinos, I'm pretty sure, on every ship. I'm not really into gambling like that, but you know, I like a little roulette. I like a little blackjack. You know, I played it on my phone and stuff. Or, you know, I live near Atlantic City, so it's like you're prone, you're drawn to the casinos at some point. That's not the lifestyle I live, but you know, it was fun to just go in there and walk around and see what's going on and just indulge, because what else you gonna do for 7 days, you know? Because I'm not doing no cruise no shorter than that. I may eat my words later if I need a quick desperate getaway and do a 4-day, but I'm probably gonna always do a 7-day cruise. For people that do like to live that life, there's that for you. Okay, so backtracking a little bit, back to the dining, there is like I said, there's also like your formal dining, or it may not be super formal. You can go in there dressed normally. However, because it is dining, they do have protocol of what, you know, you're supposed to wear and certain attire that you should have on. If you're on a Lido deck, then you can wear what you want. There's the pools out there. If you happen to come into the Lido deck and you got your bathing suit cover up on, they don't mind that. Well, however, in a dining hall, you can't do that. So on Carnival Breeze, our dining hall was the Blush restaurant, which was so beautiful and so like modern. You could tell the ship was new. I believe the ship was only 4 years old when we first sailed on it. And it showed. It was definitely modernized compared to Liberty. Now, I will say with Carnival Liberty, our dining hall was the Golden Olympian. They do have two, or you will either be assigned to Golden Olympian or the Silver Olympian. Ours was Golden, and it was actually really beautiful. Like, it was just like this old world, like Renaissance kind of feel. I don't know. It was just like something very unique about it. So it was a complete opposite of Breeze. However, it definitely did its thing. It was way larger. It was like really, really big, and it was like 2 floors, 2 levels or whatever, but it was really, really nice. And the food was definitely doing its thing. I kid y'all not, my man had 6 plates, you guys. Yes, babe, I'm telling it. He had 6 plates one of the nights. He can throw it away. He can eat. That's for sure. I probably had 1 plate per entree, but he was like, I can get this. I can get this. What? Huh? I could get 2 plates per entree. Because now with Carnival, if you go over 2, they start charging you because they don't want to have, you know, excessive food wasting and all that type of stuff. But yeah, he had 6 plates. That's how good it was. I can't remember him complaining about anything, like anything that he didn't like. And I certainly didn't have anything that I didn't like. So I will give Golden Olympian thumbs up. I'll give Golden Olympian I'll give them a 8 out of 10. And then to take it up a notch, when you do have your nightly or your anytime dining, they do have elegant nights. Depending on how long your cruise is, depends on how many nights of elegance you will have. For a 7-day cruise, there is 2 elegant nights. And normally that is the second sea day, and then also, I believe either the day of the last port of call or the night before. No, I don't think it's the night before. Because that's a lot. Because everybody got too much to do before the night of debarkation. So yes, it is. If you have like a 7-day cruise where you have 3 destinations, it'll probably be the same night as the last port of call that you have. And that's where you get to stretch your stuff, honey, okay? You get to put on your goods and your Sunday's best and, you know, dress to the nines, which we did not get to really enjoy. I think we went to 1 elegant night, if that. I'm pretty sure we went to 1 elegant night. The first elegant night that we tried to go to did not go so well because I did end up getting seasick. It's another thing I'll get to in a second. But yeah, I think we did do the second elegant night. And I didn't even wear what I had planned originally to wear. It was just a lot. But we did get to do 1, and that was really nice. And that's one thing about the dining as well. They will have a different menu every single night. They may have some repeated things on there, like maybe the same dessert from 3 nights ago or 2 nights ago, but definitely, they do definitely switch it up. So you're not eating the same thing every day. Unless you want to go to the buffet, where you probably will. Like, you'll have the same, you know, like Southern or continental breakfast or whatever, and the same, you know, meals at night. I think they do have some different things at night. I can't really recall going to the buffet at night. I think we did go. No, we did do the buffet sometimes. We went to the dining hall after probably the 3rd night, I want to say, and then from there on. But I actually cannot even remember the food at night. I just remember the breakfast and the lunch was good, you know, but it was just the same things over and over. So if you want to have something a little different, there is the specialty dining and there is your casual dining. And let me back it up even further. I missed this one. Look, I write things down, but I put it out of order. So, you know, I'm all over the place right now. But the muster drill. Okay, so I'll break that down and talk about that also later. But yeah, I didn't feel safe on this one. I feel like my first sailing, there was definitely a more extensive, like, muster drill. Like, I think when you first walked in, they had you look at some video or something. Everyone in, like, your group, your boarding group, had to watch this video and listen to an instructor show you how to put on your gear, put on your life jacket and all that stuff in the event of having a Titanic moment. But this time, yeah, it was just the 2 of us walking down this long corridor and meeting a guy at the end of it, which felt like a movie. It's a little weird, but meeting this guy, he had his little, you know, updated technology from the last sailing, that's for sure. He had his little iPad or whatever it was and was like, do you guys know how to put on a life jacket? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, enjoy your cruise. It's like, what? You're not going to tell me what to do? But they do have a video on the app, I believe. We didn't watch it, but I believe I heard somewhere that the video is on the app for you to watch it. But where you were at that little check-in station, once you check that, you're checked in. But you have to physically go to your station. So once you get on the ship, it is best to just go right to your muster station, get that out the way. Ours happened to be H for this sailing, so we went straight to H and got that out the way, because the boat will not leave until everyone has checked in at their muster station, which is very important, because you don't know what can happen at sea. You don't know if we can go down. Why be running around like a chicken with your head cut off, not knowing where to go or what to do? So just get it out the way. Yeah, I kind of want a little more. Like, I need a little bit more explanation here, because, you know, not everyone sails once a year, 3 times a year, and all of that. You know, my last cruise was 8 years prior. It was 8 years ago. So I need an update. You know, I don't put a life jacket on every single day. So I need y'all to tell me again what to do. You know, but hey, thankfully we made it through our sailing. We made it back home safely, and we didn't have to use them. Okay, so let's talk about this motion sickness. Okay, so firstly, like I said, my man got sick the first night. Had to take care of him and, you know, get him together. But the second night, yeah, so I messed up. I ordered C-bands, which I got the idea from my favorite cruising couple, which you might have heard me refer to on one of my travel vlogs that I posted, referring to Stanley and Lynette of Life With Us TV. Got a lot of information from them. I watched so much of their content before my cruise, just to prepare, just to refresh my memory, and to just get excited, and, you know, to just not forget anything. I would definitely recommend their channel and subscribe to them if you need information about not just Carnival Cruise, but Royal Caribbean and Virgin Voyages as well. But they definitely got the deets for you. But I got the idea of getting C-bands from them because I know now that my body chemistry is different than it was 8 years ago. And I did not get sick then, but, you know, I've had a baby and just lots of things have changed in my body. And I also have been diagnosed with vertigo. And after listening to Lynette, she has vertigo as well. So I knew I was screwed when it came to getting, you know, a room in midship, because we booked really late. We definitely booked cutting it close, like 3 months. Like, literally, we owed the final payment when we booked. Yeah, I ordered these C-bands not knowing that you had to put 2 on. I just thought they put 2 in a pack, maybe for 2 people. But no, they are for both of your wrists. And I heard that it's best to make sure you have them on before you get on the cruise. Or, you know, at least before you're sailing, before that boat start moving, or ship. Because I had to learn proper ship etiquette too. I learned that. I'll break that down too in the next video. Yeah, I had only one on once we started moving. And anyone who cruises knows that once you get seasick, that's it. It's over. Doesn't matter what you do, it's over. Or unless you take some Dramamine, that may help. They do have that on board, or they may not, because they ran out of it in the gift shop on my cruise. So I had to wait till I was in port to find some, but by then I got the C-bands working. So yeah, I figured out after already getting sick and going to the gift shop, this wonderful African sister, I don't know if she was of Nigerian heritage or Liberian or whatever the case, she mothered me and she helped me to get my C-bands right, because they're acupuncture bands. I had them all twisted backwards, all of that. My man had the other one on, because like I said, I thought you could share, but you can't. You have to have 2 on. So she helped me put it on, and she recommended me to go to the Lido deck and have them cut up a green apple for me, which I had no clue that green apples get rid of nausea. But I had to eat a whole apple at least and put my head down for a little while we're in the Lido deck so my man could eat. But I couldn't eat anything. So ended up, you know, just not even being able to see a comedy show yet again, and had to just chill out and lay down, try to rest, try to go to sleep or whatever. I think I did throw up once. I had to, yeah, definitely had to throw up while we were just walking around the ship or whatever. And I was sitting somewhere and I realized, oh, it's about to come. And I flew to the bathroom and had to go. But once I got back to the room and I ate that apple, I still felt like the sickness a little bit, but I felt it like kind of starting to subside. So I was able to get rest that night. But the next night, the next night I might have contributed to my sickness and overdid it because I was living my best life, you know, and draw your own conclusions with that. But the next night we was chilling out on the deck. That was a pool day for us. Mind you, I brought a whole bunch of bathing suits that I barely wore because I forgot how nasty the pools can be because they're freshwater and, I mean, not freshwater, I'm sorry, they're salt water. And that's just not my thing unless I'm at the beach. So yeah, didn't really do that too much. But yeah, I just was thinking I was grown. And then I got in the pool and I'm just living my best life. Just woo! Just listen to the music. Close the door, bed on floor. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll understand. Just living my best life. And I did not know certain things that you should not get in the pool after indulging. Yeah, I did that, and we're on a moving vessel. So yeah, that contributed to it. And then my C-bands got wet because I did not take them off while in the pool. Didn't know you shouldn't do that either. So I had those on there sort of soaking wet, so they're basically like ineffective at the moment. But I somehow managed to, like, we did eat, we ended up eating, but that probably didn't really help either because it was greasy food. And yeah, went to my room, showered. I just remember laying down. It had to only be like 4:30 in the afternoon. And yeah, I didn't get up at all again until the following day, which was our first port day. But from 4:30 to 1 o'clock in the morning, I was regurgitating, literally. When I say every 20 minutes to half an hour, my man was grabbing me the trash can, grabbing me the bucket so I can get it out. I'll tell you, that man took care of me. Literally everything. And I had the long hair, and there was at times where he had to hold my hair back, you know. It was a mess. And then he would run out for me and go to the Lido deck and got me more green apples, got me some chopped nuts, just whatever. Because I remember, I think I told him like, oh, maybe nuts will help, because I remember being pregnant my first trimester with Cairo. All I could eat was literally like peanuts and stuff, and I couldn't eat anything else. Anything else made me sick. But that was the one thing I could eat that kind of actually helped subside my nausea. So I was like, give me some chopped nuts and some apples, please, and some ginger ale, because you know it's black food. Ginger ale settles our stomach, okay? Even though it's not real ginger, but just the idea of ginger, it helped my stomach. So yeah, just continuous for hours and hours and hours on end. It was miserable. I remember even like getting to a point where I was crying, and I'm like, God, please. Like, this is too much. Like, oh my gosh, it was horrible. But thankfully, I finally was able to go to sleep. Actually, once I used my little fan that I got, that you probably seen in the Shein video, or maybe you didn't. Maybe I didn't show you my little fan, but you know, the girlies do. You know how the girlies are. We take our little fan with us on vacation. Because I don't know what it is about vomiting, but you get hot, you get like, you start sweating, like you feel feverish in a way. Yeah, that fan definitely came in handy, not just for the island, but for that moment. I was just using it on myself, and that's what finally helped me to knock out and fall asleep. So tip, might want to use your little fan if you get seasick to help cool you down, and that may help bring it back down. I don't know. It worked for me. Finally got some sleep, slept for hours and hours on end for a long time. And then that was my toe cracked, if y'all heard a little crack. Sorry, I'm not editing that out. Yeah, just woke up, refueled my body, because everything I probably had since I've been on the ship thus far probably came out within those hours of being sick. And just needed to refuel, and I felt much better. And that following morning was also our first port day in Jamaica. If you haven't seen that vlog, make sure you check that out. I definitely didn't get as much footage as I wanted to, but we definitely enjoyed ourselves. It was such a good time. Jamaica really is the vibes. Like, I feel like The best experience of Jamaica would probably be to just fly in and like stay at an all-inclusive resort, or just stay in Jamaica. Don't leave Jamaica. Don't be there for a few hours and then leave. That's not really experiencing it. But I will say it still was a lot of fun. We did still get to experience a couple of things. Our original excursion was to do Dunn's River Falls, which I had done before during my first sailing, and that was definitely a really, really good time the first time I did it, because I didn't get to do it this time because, first of all, we docked late. We docked like probably like a half hour late because of the muster station drill thing, because not everybody checked in. Please stop doing that, y'all. Go to your muster drill, okay? Just do it. Get it out the way. Yeah, we missed our excursion. We missed it because we were like, I think it was, we had to get off the boat at 8, and I think the excursion started at 8:15, which I don't know why you make it that close. That didn't really make sense to me, especially knowing if a ship can come in a little later. But that excursion is really long, so I understand why they have to like stay on cue with that. Although if you book an excursion through Carnival, I'll get into that. If you book an excursion through Carnival, which is your best bet, especially if you're doing this for the first time, they won't leave you if for whatever reason your excursion is late, because it's through them, it's their people, so they're not going to leave you. They will leave you though if you go through a third party or do your own thing and you're not back to the ship on time. So we ended up just doing another excursion with Chukka. I think they're called Chukka Excursions, I'm not sure, but just Chukka is, they were our tour guides and our tour people, and they're really, really popular in Jamaica. Even if you don't come in with Carnival, you can still book activities and things to do with them. They have zip lining, and then I don't think they are the ones that do the Dunn's River Falls. I'm pretty sure that's another company or line or whatever. They also have horseback riding, which is what we did. And not only do you get to ride the horse through like their little forest there, like I think we were in Sandy Bay Beach is what it's called. Pretty sure it's called Sandy Bay. There's like a trail that they follow, then it comes around, and then you actually get to ride the horse through the ocean, which was really beautiful. It was a little scary for me, but it was definitely beautiful. And I am not gonna lie, I was very much so afraid of recording while on a horse, so we just got photos. I got very, very little footage while on the island, unfortunately, and like during our little tour. But we still enjoyed it, so I guess that's all that matters. But we will be going back. I definitely want to go back to Jamaica and get more of the island and like experience more of the culture and show you guys, because yeah, I mean, of course there's plenty of Jamaican vlogs on YouTube, but on this channel y'all got to see it, you know, and my experience from my point of view. So definitely want to do that. That's definitely on the bucket list. But of course too, in Jamaica you can't just, you know, do the activities. You can't just go to the beach, you know. You gotta have the food. You got to have the food. You gotta have the jerk chicken, the authentic jerk chicken made in Jamaica. Their cabbage is different, it hits different. Their rice and beans hit different. Super good. And we also got some coconut drinks, which were really, really good, or coconut water, like literally out of the coconut. They literally got a coconut, cracked it, here you go. And it was so fresh, so amazing. The last time I had like coconut water out of an actual coconut was probably in the Cayman Islands the first time I went. But this time it was here, so that was cool. It was different. At least it was on a different island this time, and a different scenery while sipping my coconut water. But yeah, after we had our food, it was time to head back to the ship. But as far as the port, I will say, it was, you know, Jamaica. It was Jamaica. They don't have, you know, like a lot of their things aren't modernized. But they keep it clean, and it's still, you know, nice, and it's still on an island, you know what I'm saying? And that process was pretty smooth. There wasn't too much of a difficulty getting off the ship, and getting into, like, I don't know if that's customs there or whatever, but going through their little port. But it was smooth, and I would definitely do it again. It was no problems at all. Now, the following day, we made it to Grand Cayman of the Cayman Islands. First time I was there, I believe we did a tour of the island where you did like a rum tasting and like we had rum cake, and you can like taste the rum that they made the cake with or whatever. And we did a tour of hell. There's literally a town in Grand Cayman called Hell. And I went there before, but I said I wouldn't go there again. Much like my actual life, don't want to go to hell. So, and the heat was on hell. I will tell you that. The heat was flaming in that place. So this time when we went, we actually did a crystal cave, which was really, really, really different for me and really nice. And I had preferred to be in water, you know, but I know that my partner is adventurous, and I am too, you know, but I am getting older. I'm one of them ladies now who rather sit by the beach. But I do like to get a little bit of adventure in, and I definitely love to hear like the history of the island. I want to learn the facts. I want to learn all about the place that I'm touring. So we had a tour guide who definitely provided all of that for us on the way to our excursion. But we sat and we were debriefed for a little bit, and then we headed on our tour, which was really cool. But I will say it was hot in them caves. It wasn't as hot as hell. It wasn't as hot as hell. Catch it. Yeah, it was definitely very, very, very humid in them caves, and I had that experience once. Don't know if I'll do it again. If I ever go back to the Cayman Islands and my child is with me and she wants to do it, I'll do it for her. But one and done. We're good over here. We did it. And then yet again, the food was amazing. So what we did was we ordered our food before we went on our little tour through the caves, so that once we're done our tour, our food was done because it was freshly made. They literally like made it right then and there, fresh. And it was worth it. It was really, 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 really good. We didn't have much time to eat it though, like to sit and eat like near the little, I don't know if I should call it a restaurant or what it is, but it was a little area where you can sit and like picnic kind of and eat. But we didn't get time to sit there and do that. We had to be back to the ship. So I believe either, was it Grand Cayman or Cozumel? I think that must have been Cozumel where the time was different. Because there's different ship time from island time at times, depending on where you are. But for whatever reason, we had to hurry up and get back. So we just kind of ate like on the little tour bus, and that wasn't really too fun. I didn't really like doing that. We did get to stop at the beach for a little bit and just took some pictures and videos and just take in the breeze. We didn't get much time to just like actually sit there and enjoy the beach. Matter of fact, I don't think we did that in our entire vacation, which kind of sucked. But now I know if I really want to do that, all-inclusives are probably my best bet. But I'm glad I got to see the island and got a chance to just take it in and just be, you know, just grounded in that one space for a little while and just breathe it in before I gotta hurry up and get back. But I'm pretty sure that night we did end up going to the comedy show for the first time and seeing Maceo, which was really cool. And we had our little tumblers with us, which compliments of Stanley Lynette. I'm pointing to my TV because that's where I was watching them, right here in this bed, taking it all in, taking notes. But we had our tumblers with us. We made sure, because we did get the wine package. I will say that I almost forgot about that. We did get the wine package. Those who know, on a Carnival cruise, you can have the Cheers package, which is, in my opinion, way too expensive. If you drink like that, then go ahead. I recommend that Cheers package for you, but it's literally like, I think your max is like 15 drinks a day. So I feel like, I think you are pretty much prepaying for that amount of drinks. So it's like you want to get your money's worth, so you're going to try to indulge as much as possible. You know, I'm not living that life. No. They do offer, alternatively, if you don't want the Cheers package, then you can at least get like a 3 to 5 bottle wine package. So we did that. We got the 3 bottle and we barely even finished those, honestly. But they were good wines. You had to claim them. You'd have to claim them from your dining hall. But you could take it back to your room. You could have it while you're dining, but you can also take it back to your room with us. So we did that. That was still worth it. I will say that, in case you don't want to sit out on a deck or sit at bars and all that type of stuff and just enjoy it to yourself in your privacy of your own room. So I will recommend that. But yeah, it's the little hack I learned from Stanley Lynette. Take your tumbler with you. And then just for many other reasons, which I'll break down in the other vlog, but just if you don't want to keep drinking out of their cups and their candy straws and all of that, like, bring your own tumbler for sure. But you can't carry certain beverages, you know, around the ship with you, just free handed and open, you know. So tumbler is the best bet. So we took that with us to the show, and that's why we enjoyed our show probably 5 times more. That was definitely a vibe, and I think that's pretty much all we did for that night. And then we really do just be chilling. Like, we're a chill couple. Like, we chill, we watch movies, all of that. But you know, like I said, we both can be very adventurous as well, but I just feel like we were just tired. And then his body was worn down from being sick. My body was worn down from being seasick. So it's not that we didn't do a lot, but we didn't do, you know, probably as much as we would have wanted, you know, from just having to deal with our bodies. But we still was fine with just chilling and watching our movies too. It was still a vibe. So then the following night, which was our last port of call in Cozumel, Mexico, Cozumel was definitely a vibe. I feel like it's just so romantic there. Like, it's something very romantic about Spanish culture in general, whether it's Spain or Mexico or, you know, South America, Brazil, or the Caribbean. Is just very, very romantic. We did just a little tour excursion because our excursion that we originally planned was canceled before we actually came on the trip. Got a notification, so I was bummed because that was like one of the main ones that I wanted to do, which was another tour of like the island and the tequila tasting, where they take you to like the little tequila farm and all that, show you how it's made, break down the history of it. But we still ended up having that a part of our excursion, so that was really cool. But this one was the shopping one. We just kind of just went around different stores, touring the island a little bit and just seeing different places and exploring the stores and shopping and buying whatever we wanted to buy. And then I finally got my beach time that I wanted. Well, it was time at the beach, but not on the beach. So once we got there, it started with the tequila tasting. So they take you to this little area, and you know, Cozumel, forget hell. Cozumel is on fire. It is hot in Cozumel. Like, you really got to be prepared. Like, you gonna need your fan there. I kid you not, the other 2 islands, I didn't need my fan, but in Cozumel, my jaw died because I had it on the highest level that it could go because it was that hot. We had to sit and listen to the instructor, you know, just break down the history of tequila and the plant, the agave plant that it comes from, and it was explaining the difference between vodka and tequila and how one is from the blue agave plant. And then it was a lot. It was very informative, but it was a lot. And who knew that some tequila is literally not meant for like just, you know, partying and getting drunk and all of that type of stuff. It was actually like some of them, I don't remember which ones in particular they were, but some were actually like they had major health benefits, where if you have type 2 diabetes, it'll help to lower your blood sugar and things like that. It's like, whoa, okay. And then a lot of the tequila that he showed us was authentic, so it wasn't like stuff what you'll get here where you're hungover and getting a headache and all that type of stuff. It's like literally like, you know, like in Italy they have their wine at dinner or breakfast, whatever. That's kind of how tequila is in Mexico, where they just, you know, just partake and you don't have to worry about having that feeling of getting sick and getting all, you know, belligerent and all of that. So that was cool to learn and to be able to taste and actually experience that. Yeah, that's real. You're not going to really get sick. So that was really cool. But after that, we headed back to the ship and we did go to another comedy show, which ended up being the family show. And even Maceo himself did not know what to do with a family show because that was not his thing, but they gave him a little check. So, which I mentioned in the other vlog. So he just tried his best. So that wasn't really hitting that night like that. But we still had our tumblers, so we was making the best of it. We still was having a good time anyway. I forgot, one of the nights we did go to the Vintage Pop Show, which was really, really cool, where they kind of had a blend of like the roaring 20s mixed with today's hit music. and just modern and popular music. For him, that wasn't really his bag. I could tell that wasn't really his vibe, but he was enjoying it a little bit because we had our tumblers. But that was a good show. I don't remember which night we went to that, but I feel like the night of Cozumel, we didn't really do much other than that show. I feel like we did do one other thing. We mostly ate. Like we went to the seafood shack. I got our lobster roll, which wasn't that good, but he had went the night before when I was sick and grabbed him a lobster roll and said it was really, really good. So he wanted to go back and try it, but it failed. But we mostly just indulged in food, honestly. Like that's what we really did. I came back with a little extra. I lost 14 before I left. I feel like I might have lost a little bit on the ship too from all the walking, but my belly definitely got a little extra squishy again, and that's fine because I enjoyed myself. But yeah, so wasn't much going on that night, and then the next night was our final night and our final sea day. Headed back to New Orleans, so I feel like we did do a little bit more that day. I just can't remember. I wish I could tell you guys, but my mom brain lately has been bad. Like my memory, pray for me, please. It's been declining. No, like seriously, it's been declining. Y'all don't even want to know today the debacle I had from forgetting something. But I'm gonna keep that to myself. Not gonna tell y'all everything. But can't really remember. I just know the last day we definitely went to go see Maceo's final show, which is where we saw the other comedian. I think his name was Joel Lindley or something like that. I'm pretty sure we just did the comedy show and probably ate some more, watched some more movies, and yeah. So I feel like we owe it to ourselves on our next sailing, which will be Carnival Celebration. We are going on Carnival Celebration in 2025. If not 2025 at the end, then the earlier months of 2026. But I think for our first cruise, you know, it was pretty cool. It was pretty fun, and just able to just enjoy each other and just be in each other's presence because we both work. He works a lot, you know, so it was just really nice to be able to get away and have that time together no matter what we did. I loved our cruise, you know. I have to be honest. I'd be very bluntly honest. I won't be cruising with Carnival Liberty again. I love the staff. That's another review I have to give. I love the staff. They are very, very nice. And how can I forget about our room stewardess or our room attendant? I'm getting a plane mixed up with the ship. Different mode of transportation. But our room attendant, Eddie, he was everything. I loved him. He had the tile animals always ready, which they're required to do that. But he definitely was really attentive to anything that I needed. Like he was awesome. Like, because I'm someone, I like to use multiple washcloths. I don't know if you've seen that in another video here on this channel somewhere in one of my journal with me vlogs. But I need like at least three washcloths. So he kept them flowing, and every time we left our room, we came back to a clean room. I can say that. I mean, well, they only have to do like twice a day when you clean your room. But whenever we came back to the room, that bed was made for the most part. Yeah, I loved Eddie. I would recommend him if possible, but find Eddie, okay? I love him. Eddie! So the final thing is Debarkation Day. It's just sad. That's all I got to say about it. It's sad. No, but one tip that I'll put in the other vlog as well is it's best to put the luggage out the night before Debarkation Day, so that yet again you don't have to be lugging your luggage all around, because you are gonna have to be out of your room really early. We had to be out of our room by 8:30, I believe, or 8:15. 8:15 it was. So we were chilling on the Lido deck eating breakfast for a while, for at least 2 hours waiting for our group to be called to be able to debark. So yeah, go ahead and sit them luggages out there outside your door. They will take it for you. Make sure your luggage tags is yet again still on your luggage. And you will get it when you get off of the ship, that's for sure. That process was pretty smooth too. I've heard on different Carnival ships that debarkation is like all over the place and it's just messy, but I can say for Liberty that their process was pretty smooth. When you set up your debarkation preferences, I suppose, on the app, yet again, you will find that it's kind of like a check-in yet again, but just to get off of the ship. And they'll send you like your debarkation tags to put on your luggage and all that good stuff, and then your group number. So we were called off by groups, and we had to wait for a long time. We were like 22, but I didn't mind waiting because we were just sitting there eating and I was posting. Probably shouldn't have been because that was still my last moments with my honey, you know, but I've learned my lesson yet again. That was pretty smooth. We just waited till we were called, and then once we were, had to go through a process, go through customs, all that good stuff. And then we got our luggage and we called our Uber, and then we headed to our hotel in downtown New Orleans. That's about it. I hope I didn't dissuade anyone from getting on Carnival Liberty. Of course, you should check out something for yourself because everyone's opinions are different. My experience may be different than yours would be, but I could say for a first cruise, it was definitely not a bad cruise at all. It was definitely still worth it. I would do it again for a first cruise, which is not possible. But we gotta move on to bigger and better things now. So we're gonna hit Carnival Celebration. And if not Celebration either, then maybe Mardi Gras, Jubilee. Those are like my goals. Or I've heard numerous reviews on Carnival Horizon, so I definitely want to check that out. But your girl will be cruising, so you will see more content like this. And hopefully you'll get to see it more and more as time goes by. But I thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on my channel, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss my next upload, which is my 20+ tips for the new Carnival Cruiser. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys.